The marriage arrangement. 2 Jewish babies were born. One a beautiful girl, the other a handsome boy from 2 different sets of parents. At the hospital, the parents of the babies made an arrangement that when their children was old enough, they should marry. Hands were shook, and a cup of wine sealed the deal later, on which they drank outside the hospital. The baby girl's name was Tina, and baby boy's name was Michael. As they grew, they was told not to fall in love with no one else. Tina was faithful to that command, but Michael found it a burden he wished to be loosed from, which he tried to debate with his parents' reasons why it wouldn't work out, and sworn in his heart that when the marriage came he was to make Tina life such a living hell, that she would file for a divorce. And in doing so he would look like the innocent party, while Tina looked like the one breaking off the arrangement and the one to accused. While in Tina's heart she sworn that she would love him unconditionally and win his heart no matter what may come. The age came when both was to marry, and in front of a rabbi, in the synagogue ceremony of both Tina and Michael came to be. As the rabbi said the 7 blessings, Baruch atah Adonai, Emzameik Chatan Im Hakala. Blessed are you, Lord our God, sovereign of the universe, who created joy and gladness, groom and bride, mirth, song, delight and rejoicing, love and harmony and peace and companionship. Tina looked and smiled at Michael while Michael tried to look away. The couple stood under the huppah, a canopy beneath which Jewish marriage ceremonies are performed. As blessings were given by the rabbi and the groom, which was Michael, placed the wedding ring on the Tina's finger, which he did with such brutality that her finger started to hurt. As the ceremony was coming to an end, both Tina and Michael was told to step on a glass inside a cloth bag, and to shatter it. Some see this as representing the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem. Michael saw it as the destruction that was to be of Tina, if she did not divorce him soon. As they left in the limousine, she looked in love at him with her beautiful blue eyes, and he smirked at her with altered disgust. As she went to hold his hand, she felt his hands pull away, and he said, "When you said I do, you sign up for hell." Hate was in his heart, and he did not see the beautiful treasure he held, a woman of untold worth which all the money of this world could not buy. In response she replied, "I am going to win your heart in time, you will see." The days of the marriage turned to weeks. Every word of hatred and cursing he gave to her was replied with words of love. He would come home late and drunk, she would not complain, but prayers to God with tears was often in her lips. A great meal was often seen when he got home, and the house kept nice and clean. He tried to look for her imperfections but found none. At times he would beat her, but still she would stay. She would often try to hug him, but his heart was as an iceberg which in time would melt away. At work he would hear his friends complain about their wives, but when he tried to say something bad to say about her, what would come to his mind was his actions towards her and her response of love. At first every hug and kiss was pushed away, but in time he let it be. But after a while his feelings was changed, and he didn't knew what was happening, but love was conquering hate. When she would tell him, "I love you," he would always replied with, "In time you would stop and see it is a waste of time." At moments she felt like quitting, but a flame in her kept telling her to love. After a long time in passing, when she would say, "I love you," to shut her up, he would reply, "I love you too, now let me be." As the months passed, she was pregnant with a child. She came to him with news, and thinking of what he would say or do, she was surprised to see him with joy and tears, telling her with a sobbing sound, "Forgive me for all I done and said." 1 Peter chapter 3 verses 1-2 NJV 1 Wives likewise, be submissive to your own husbands, that even if some do not obey the word, they without a word may be won by the conduct of their wives. 2. When they observe your chaste conduct accompanied by fear.